I'm going to tie the dark Hendrickson Klinkhammer. Now, I'm always going to start the thread behind the eye of the hook, about an eye length behind. Trim the tag off. I'll bring the thread to where the bend is supposed to. These kind of hooks are hard to find out where the bend is, so we usually line it up to where the hook point is. That's where the bend of the hook is. So now it is marked off, and I'll bring my thread back to where the thorax part of the hook is. Now the Klinkhammer hook was designed by Hans van Klinken, a Dutch angler, and it kind of gives a transition between a adult mayfly and the nymph that is trying to break through the surface. So this part up here is where the dry fly is, or the adult mayfly, and the bottom part is going to be the nymph. So what we're doing is we're going to put a parachute post wing on this fly at the top part in between where it starts to bend and the eye of the hook. And so that is where I'll leave the thread off, and I'm going to get some calf tail that has already been trimmed and stacked, and I'm going to measure it to about the approximate size of what a hook shank should be. And I'm going to take a little bit, say that this is about half of the shank of the hook. So I'm going to put that on top, use the pinch method in between the thumb and index finger, and pull up. And lock that into position. And then also, once again, trim that at an angle. Pull the wing up, put a jam knot, which is basically wrapping thread, at an angle to hold the wing up, and then just like the way I like to tie parachutes, I like to add a couple of wraps around the base of the wing. Now I'm going to add a hackle that has been stripped of the webbiness and measured to about a size 12, since this is a size 12 hook. I'm going to put it on the far side. The far side is on the other side of the wing away from me, because this one I'm going to tie, when I whip finish it, I'm going to whip finish it to the wing and then trim off the stem, raise the hackle up, and what I like to do is, once again, secure it to the wing in an upright position, and then bring my thread behind it. Now I'm going to add ribbing material, and I'm just going to use copper wire, and I'm going to bring this to where the end is and secure that into place. Now I'm going to double body. Remember, this is the nymph part of this fly. So I'm using brown for what the nymph looks like, and I'm going to start to taper it going up the shank of the hook. And always remember, with wrapping or dubbing any kind of material, you want to use less so that you make a nice tight body. Thread control is really important. Keeping it tight between the hook where it's attached to your bobbin holder. Having a tight thread makes it easy to dub a nice tight body. I'm getting to the point where I will be stopping soon. Just a little more. Right where the hook is starting to curve to become straight. Okay. And that is where I'm going to stop the body. Now I'm going to rib the body. Now the ribbing goes in the opposite direction of how you dubbed it, so I'm going to add some nice evenly spaced wraps. And secure that right where I left off. And I don't cut. I bring my bobbin holder up to the hook shank and then wiggle this back and forth so that the wire will fatigue and break. Now I'm going to add 2 or 3 Peacock Herl fibers right behind the wing, and I'm going to move my thread out of the way. And now I'm going to twist the Peacock Herl to make a rope. And I like to get the thread out of the way and put it on the other side of the wing. And now I'll take my thread and I'll secure it right to the wing post, trapping the Peacock Herl to the wing post, and then trim the Peacock Herl. Now I'm going to take the hackle, I'm going to put it in the hackle pliers, and I'm going to go clockwise around the wing post. Each pass is going to go underneath the previous pass. And as I hold the hackle towards the bend of the hook, I'm going to take my thread and trap the hackle, but I'm going to pass the thread underneath all the wraps. So now the hackle is now secure, and I can trim that from the fly. Now other people, what they do is they would reposition the hook. I find that as a waste of time, when you should learn how to use your tools, and you can just whip finish it at the perpendicular underneath the shank of the hook, underneath the wraps, and then trim the thread. And then you can just apply a little bit of head cement right to the wing post.